Hey, my name is Sean Blanton, or Run Bum. I'm a trail running race director, trail runner, and I own Run Bum Races. And for the last 15 years, we've been putting on trail running races out of the Southeast in the States, of course. And for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been a total victim of cyberbullying, cyber stalking, people trying to cancel me multiple times. And I've been quiet about this for a long time with maybe some poor legal advice during COVID. But now I hired an attorney a couple months ago, and I'm here to talk about all of it, but really the most recent thing that happened to me when I took Brandy Krisher, a former contractor doing business for my company. She used to run social media, take photos and videos for our races, and be heavily involved until she was let go last April. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. You know, as you'll see, I'm not reading from a cue card. I'm just talking off the cuff and just trying to be a real person, which is who I am. Again, for the last 15 years, I've been putting on trail running races in the Southeast and trying to create fun, safe, scenic events for everyone. And I think we've done that and had wild success doing that. Now, with this said, here's the story and here's what happened. Last April, I had to let Brandy and her husband Bradley, who live in Florida and do race photography at several races in Florida and all over the Southeast still. I had to let them go. There are several reasons for this, but basically they didn't live local, couldn't afford to keep paying them what I was paying them to do that. It was an amicable break, you know? And a couple months later, Brandy found out that I had hired somebody else in place of her when I was letting her go. That did happen. I apologized. I said, hey, you know, I apologize for this. She kind of got angry at some other people that she found that out from that were working for me. And then she's like, it's okay. I lost my temper, you know, fine, whatever. And I said, oh, that's all good. Everything's great. A couple weeks go by. Next thing I know, all of a sudden, somebody sends me a text message. Hey, did you see what Brandy just said? And I said, no, what are you talking about? Pulled up Facebook. Next thing I know, Brandy is accusing me of being a predator, a rapist, among many other things, okay? This is a woman scorn who is going off trying to hurt me and cancel my business. I immediately hired an attorney, and my attorney said, please just screenshot everything, you know, take photos, get people to help you out. And that's exactly what I did, which is one of the hardest things ever, to sit here and listen and read stuff of people that used to be your friends, people that you love and still care about, saying just awful things to you. People who are volunteers, runners of our event, just being like, yeah, dogpiling, you know, on something that has zero factual evidence or basis. It was just like, hey, did Sean rape you, Brandy? No. That was asked multiple times, and that never happened, right? And it's like, did he do anything to you? No. But dozens of other women, you just have to believe me. There's no proof, but you just have to believe me, right? This is crazy, right? So that's what happened. In one of the videos I recorded, she even recorded, she even said, quote, I'm going to dismantle Run Bum Races, okay? So that was ultimately her goal. She took out a change.org petition to get me out of trail running, which I saw everyone who signed this. It was other race directors, people who were my friends, like not even just in running, but outside of that, and other hobbies I do, people that I know, I've known for years. Overnight, we lost volunteers. I had people sending us emails asking for refunds because women didn't feel safe at our events. She posted this in private women's trail running and running groups, and there was just, you know, nothing that I could do about it. And you know, that's what she wanted. And there's a lot of people egging her on and like just, you know, sharing this and trying to make it worse. And so yeah, it was terrible, and basically cost me a lot of money, a lot of you know, pain and suffering and just BS. I had running races ask me not to come to their events anymore because of this. I had group runs, 3 or 4 group runs, asked me to never come back because of all this. So there was a lot of just awful stuff that happened. They were tagging potential sponsors, you know, other events and stuff like that. It was terrible. And you know, I had a lot of people ask me, are you okay? The group runs that still let me come, if you will, to their group run, they asked me a bunch of stuff, or like, you know, it got weird, and you know, people were whispering. Yeah, it's totally ruined the last like 7-8 months of my life. and all because of not one thing that she said, but this went on for about a month of her saying things. So my attorney, we sent her, we took her to court, and she didn't take this seriously at all, which was crazy. Now I'm here to ask a couple things of you. Number one, please listen to what I'm saying. Look at what she said. Know that it is not true. None of that ever happened. I have never done any of that stuff. That's wild. That's crazy. It's not true. Okay. Number two, please do not do to Brandy what was done to me. Don't harass her. Don't send her angry things, whatever. If you're going to do anything, unfollow her. That's fine. But don't be mean. That circle of negativity stops here. And I hope after you listen to her talk and give her retraction and her apology, you can see the emotion in her by the end of the video. She's almost in tears, right? So I'm sure this is affecting her a lot, as it should be, because it was really bad what she did, and you can't do that. But at the same token, I do not want to pursue anything else against Brandy. That chapter is done for me. I hope it's done for her and her husband, Bradley. And maybe I'll see them at some trail running races. I have nothing bad to say about, but I'm here not to cancel Brandy or say bad things about her, but to get my reputation back and simply tell you what she did, and I'll let you be the judge of that, okay? So anyways, without further ado, here's Brandy talking.
My name is Brandy Krisher. You may know me from my work within the running community and from my advocacy for women's rights. In the past, I have made statements about Sean Blanton and his company Run Bum Tours, or Run Bum Races, many of which were derogatory and hurtful. I now want to emphatically apologize for all of those statements, and I want to retract all of them too. I made those statements out of misplaced concern because I stand firmly for women and women's rights, particularly in the race community. But I based all of my comments about Mr. Blanton and rumors on gossip. This was wrong for me to do. I did not investigate any of my claims, and instead I misinterpreted what I heard and simply repeated it. I know that my comments harmed Mr. Blanton and his business, and that was never my intention. For this, I apologize. I only wanted to advocate strongly for women and to stand for them. Nevertheless, I apologize to Mr. Blanton for those comments and offer this letter as my retraction for anything I may have previously said about him. Moving forward, I will be much more diligent in my research and will refrain from commenting on matters without a full understanding. Even though I may be passionate about these issues, I wish Mr. Blanton and his business all the best in the future.
I just want to thank Brandy for doing that video. I can tell, I hope you can tell, by the end of that, she's almost in tears, very emotional. Obviously, that was heartfelt. And I hope that closes that chapter of both of our lives, for her, Bradley, and myself. Again, I ask, please be kind and nice to Brandy and Bradley, especially if you see them out photographing a race around the Southeast. Please be kind, and that circle of negativity stops here. With that being said, if I've ever said anything that has hurt anybody, I am sorry for that. I am just a human. I operate a business. I'm not trying to run for public office. I cuss every now and then. I have a beer. I'm a human. Okay. I'm also trying to put on running races. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'll just leave all that at that. But I want to talk about something else that I haven't addressed publicly, which has been bothering me for the last 6 years. About 6 years ago, there was a hit piece taken out on me by Derek Murphy, marathon investigator, that just simply is not true. What I did do was I deleted people's race results that had been just talking badly, very badly about me, sent bad stuff to me and my business. Some of them for years and years and years. I've apologized for that. I'll apologize again. I'm sorry. I should not have done that. But I'm past that. The problem was every time I would post an apology, people would just try to dogpile and yeah, I just couldn't apologize because it'd be like, well, you're terrible and all this stuff. So anyways, those same people are still kind of agging stuff on and keeping things going, right? But because that happened, a gentleman by the name of Derek Murphy, marathon investigator, did not do his due diligence and took out a hit piece article that basically had 2 women accuse me of things. And we're going to talk about this right now. I'm going to be as brief as possible, but I can talk about this for hours, okay? Number one, there's a woman by the name of Kim Bessler, okay, that said that I slapped her on her butt during the Pikes Peak Marathon. What a joke. That never happened. I didn't touch her. I didn't graze her. I didn't hug her. I didn't do anything. Kim and I had been talking on Instagram. We were supposed to hang out. That didn't happen. We ran the race. We actually hung out after the race, and I have an eyewitness that says that he was hanging out with us for 30, 40 minutes at the award ceremony while she was drinking. We were hanging out. We were all having a good time and laughing. I then left. Nothing happened, right? This woman then claims that I smacked her on her butt and that it ruined her life and caused her all this distress. Now, that only came out after I had spoken badly about somebody that she claims and she credits with getting her off of drugs and out of a abusive relationship, which is Dirtbag Runners owner Krista Scott Tappan. And when people so, and I spoke badly about Krista and Dirtbag Runners when they put on a virtual running race. I'm sorry, Krista. I should have apologized a lot sooner. It was none of my business to say anything. The irony is the amount of people putting on virtual running races these days, whatever. I think you guys are awesome, right? And I'm sorry if I said anything. Once I said that, Kim started sending me text messages. I had to block her, calling me like an evil, awful, dirty human being. And yeah, then she took out different Instagram accounts. I blocked those and kept going. That all went away until this with Derek Murphy came out, and then she started saying that. And so yeah, and then they took random screenshots of conversations that we had that had no meaning or had nothing to do with what they were saying it was. So that was BS. And then Kim actually deleted all of her social media after that and blocked me on all this stuff after I unblocked her to get screenshots of things. So I have a lot of the conversation, but not all of it. So that's unfortunate. And then also some lady named Tanya Tradowski, who I'd never met in person at all, that a mutual friend connected us with. This person lives in Birmingham and is supported by the Birmingham Trail and Ultra Society, who I've spoken to multiple times, that says we just support Tanya because she's our friend. Now, Tanya allegedly, and all of this was alleged in Derek's article, but nobody reads it like that. Everybody reads it's fact, right? And Derek didn't do his due diligence. He didn't ask me about any of this stuff. And he just wanted to create a narrative. And what was really bad about all this was that people were donating money. I believe he was getting money from ads and stuff like that. So he actually made money from canceling me, right? So putting all this out there that wasn't true, okay? Yeah. And so Tanya said that I was trying to sleep with her or something. This is crazy. This is absolutely not true at all. We were connected by a mutual friend who said that I was giving her advice on running in the Alps where I was, and we were supposed to meet up and go for a run. That's it. So wherever that came from, I have no idea. I implore you to look at her social media and the crazy things that she posts from time to time. But yeah, this is just not true. Somebody trying to cancel me. And unfortunately, all of this has leached into potential sponsors, potential volunteers, people potentially running our races, people that do run our races and volunteer, and that now no longer want to volunteer. Now, that was as quick and as abridged of a version as I could do that, but none of these people have anything factual. They're just trying to cancel me and my business because they don't like me for whatever reason. I will say this, Derek, I think you really need to take that article down. It's not even remotely true, and you know that. And the other flip side of that too, or just in general, I take all of this stuff very seriously at this point and plan on fully going after anybody I find defamating me or slandering me, and we'll pursue you to the full extent of the law. This has been a terrible 6 years for me. I've had people cyberstalk me. I've had somebody with DID harassing me, my ex-girlfriend. I've had death threats. I've had to change my phone number, all because of this article that Derek took out. So it's it's been a terrible time, but I've come through it. And I think what I've learned from this really is when you can get to the point where the worst things that happen to you, you see they aren't necessarily the best, but they've made you a better person. That's what this is to me now. I'm stronger, I'm fitter, my business is better than ever, and I plan to double down on that. We're gonna put on more running races, grow these events, keep giving back like we do every year to charities. I'm gonna keep doing more trail work and getting people into trail running, because that's what I like to do. Not here running for political office or trying to get you to like me as a human. I do me, and I hope you like our events. With that being said, I know it's a long video, and thank you for listening to this and taking it to heart. And hopefully this gives you some ammo. And you know, it's been nice. I appreciate everybody who's giving me like heartfelt apologies. It really means a lot, because I did go through and read all this stuff, and I'm not here. I'm not better than anybody. That's not what I want to be. And it's like, I'm here. You don't even have to apologize. I'm here to accept you back as a friend and to part of our events. If you know, acted incorrectly or on false information. And it sucks what one or two people, a handful of people can do to somebody on the internet. And that's the nightmare that I've been living. And I'm happy to be past that and have my reputation back and call these people out for just being liars. So we hope to see you soon, and God bless. Thank you.